Let's welcome in Zach Werenski to talk about this. You're a national treasure. First of all, our thanks on behalf of a grateful nation, the bronze medal in the World Juniors, who are the best defensemen. But let's go to yesterday. Your goal, that third period, how is your team doing what it's doing?
I don't really know. We're just a team that never quits. In that locker room, we're positive at all times. We've kind of gone through a little bit of a rough stretch as of late, but yesterday was a huge game for us, a huge comeback, and it was really good for our group.
Zach Werenski here, man. Congrats on the success so far and, of course, establishing that franchise record for goals by a defenseman. But what's interesting about you is you've always had the skill. We know that you're an elite young D-man in the league. Has there been one thing that you worked on this offseason or in season to take your game to another level, because you're playing even at a higher level than we've seen from you in the past?
Yeah, I think this offseason I really focused on goal scoring and just getting to scoring areas. As a defenseman, not many shots are going to go in from the blue line. Those are mostly for tips and rebounds. So this summer I worked on getting to scoring areas, how to get there, when I get there, where to shoot, stuff like that. And it's been paying off for me this year. My teammates have been finding me and making it easy, and pucks have been going in. So hopefully I can score a few more this year.
Well, all that work has paid off, Zach, because you lead the league for defensemen in shots from those high-danger areas. Can you give us a little idea of how do you work to get there? Shooting it, once it gets there, that's a skill that you work on. You're great at it. But how do you, within the context of your team's system, get yourself in those goal-scoring areas?
Yeah, it's just on certain plays when guys are coming around the net or guys pull up in the zone, trying to kind of beat your defender and get into a scoring area in between the top of the circles. And when I get in those areas, when I get the puck, I know what to do with it just based on percentages. There's a guy I work with back home. His name's Brandon Dorado, and he's really smart with that stuff. He studies the game, and he's taught me a lot about goal scoring. And this summer, me and him worked together quite a bit, and like I said, it's been paying off.
On the topic of high danger, we used to work with John Tortorella. He called me a wingnut. It was amazing. What's he like to play for?
Yeah, he's awesome. I just think his passion is the main thing. He wants to win as bad as we do, and it definitely shows out there. I think there was a video going around yesterday of his fist pump after the fourth goal, and just the emotion he has, I think it really rubs off on guys. He kind of lights that fire under our team, and he's a big reason why we're in the spot we're in right now.
You know what? I didn't get paid to ask this question, but I better, because we have some people here at the NHL MLB Network that are proud Michiganders. So maybe you can take us through. One of them's working in the control room. I can hear him in my ear like a quarterback. So I'm going to ask, tell us the impact that growing up in Michigan had on your development as a player and, of course, playing college hockey there. Myers, you're welcome. Yeah, Zach, please continue.
Yeah, no, I think growing up in Michigan for me, it was nice. I got to watch the Red Wings for all those years, guys like Nicholas Strom, Datsuk, Sederberg. And then, I got to go to the national team, which was only 40 minutes from my house, and then on to Michigan, where I got to live with Dylan Larkin my first year, play with guys like Kyle Connor, JT Comfort, Tyler Mott. So it was just all around great place for me to grow up as a hockey player, just based on who I was watching, who I was playing with, playing against. It's an awesome state, so I know people in Ohio don't like that.
That's right, Zach. I went to Bowling Green, so you can stop right there. I appreciate that very much. All right. I'll ask a fluff ball question for me, but Zach, you at one point did your game against Montreal a couple weeks ago, or Ottawa last week. You had 11 regulars out of the lineup at one point. Now, I know you guys get to know some of the players who play in the minor league teams through training camp and call-ups, but when you start going 8, 9, 10, 11 deep, do sometimes guys walk in the room, be honest with me, and you're like, I'm not sure who that person is, because you wouldn't be that familiar with them. And how do you integrate them so quickly into your team?
Yeah, there's definitely been guys this year that have gotten called up that, I kind of know them or know their names, but don't know them at all. I'm not sure what their nicknames are. Not sure what to call them when I see them.
Right.
It's definitely a little bit different at first, but I think with the group we have, with our leaders, with Foligno and Boone Jenner, Seth Jones, who's out right now, I think guys just make, they make these guys feel really comfortable to come in and just be themselves, play their games. And I think the main thing is, like I said, just our leaders making everyone feel comfortable in that room.
You look very comfortable on the ice, and your team is a pleasure to watch. Thanks for joining us, and we wish you continued success.
Yep, thanks for having me, guys.